Welcome to Past Life Stories. Hi, I'm Barb Angelo, and I'm sharing with you some of my most amazing past life regressions. These stories come from my many years as a past life regression therapist and are narrated by me. It's kind of like I'm reading you a bedtime story. Heads up though, some of these can be a little traumatic and even a bit graphic, so definitely not for little kids' ears. And listen closely to the first couple of minutes because you'll get some more background information and clues that will connect the person's past life to their present life. Names have been changed and some of the information, but I can assure you these stories are very real. And stick around till the end because I'll explain how you too can learn and heal from these sessions. If you'd like to know some more information about past lives and past life regression, please subscribe to my channel. But in the meantime, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
I met Maria in one of my hypnosis training classes. A single mother of two with a head of dark curls, she was a bright and eager student. One afternoon, when we were discussing fears and phobias, I asked for a volunteer so I could demonstrate some helpful techniques. Does anyone here have a fear or phobia that's a bit unusual? I asked the class. After a moment, Maria slowly raised her hand. Okay, don't laugh, she warned the other students. I'm afraid of worms. Ooh, I hate even saying the word. My kids make fun of me because when it rains and I drive them to school, I have to jump over the puddles or walk around them on the way to the car because they might be full of, worms. How long have you had this fear? I asked her. As long as I can remember, but it started getting really bad when I was a teenager. I then asked if it was okay if we did some hypnotherapy to try and find the root cause of her fear. Maria agreed, and the other students gathered around with their notebooks, eager for a demonstration. She settled into the reclining chair and before closing her eyes added, I also have some abandonment issues. I have this fear of being left alone. I don't know where it came from. I've always had my parents with me, and I've had a pretty good childhood, at least from what I can remember. Maria went easily and quickly into a relaxed, hypnotic state, and I guided her first to some pleasant memories from young adulthood and earlier. Now, let's go back to the first time that you had this fear of worms, I then suggested. I'm about 6 or 7 years old. I'm with my cousin Peter. We're outside, it's sunny. We're digging in the dirt, just playing around, digging with our hands. I can feel the dirt, it's moist and cool. My nails are getting dirty, but I don't care. We're laughing. Uh-oh. Oh, I see it. What do you see? I asked. A worm. I can see it in the dirt, wriggling around in the dirt. What happens next? I asked her. I jump up and I start to run away. I've got to get away from the worms. They're going to get me. Why would the worms try and get you? I asked. Because they got me before. With those words, I knew that I needed to regress Maria even further. Let's go back to the first time the worms got you, I suggested. Maria became quiet and then began to to look agitated. I'm laying on the ground. I feel the ground, it's hard. It's like hard sand. I'm a girl. I'm 13. I have brown skin and dark hair. My name is Lee or something like that. I'm staring up at the trees, palm trees. My head hurts. Something hit me on the head. You don't have to feel any pain, I told her. It's just a memory. I feel like I've been here for so long. I'm on an island. I live on an island with my parents and little brother. I think he's my cousin Peter. We live in a small village. My job is to gather food, like berries or nuts, fruit. And I've been walking a long time. I'm somewhere I've never been before. A part of the island that I don't know. I feel lost. Something falls out of the sky or from a tree, and it hits me. It hits me on the left side of the head. It hits me so hard that I fall down. I can't get up. I'm waiting for someone to come and help me, but nobody comes. It's like no one cares. I'm just laying here. My head is bleeding, and I can't move. I'm scared. I feel so alone. How long are you there? I asked. 3 days. I don't think I ever get up. Do you die here? I asked. Yes. I instructed Lee to move to the time of her death, right before her spirit will leave her physical body. I'm looking down at my feet. My spirit leaves out of my chest. I look down and I can see them now. I see them. They're crawling on my feet. The worms, they're starting at my feet. They're going to eat me, and they're starting at my feet. And nobody came for me. My parents, the others, nobody came to find me. Don't they love me? I told Lee's spirit to leave her physical body and asked for her guides to come and help her heal. There's 3 or 4 of them. They're made of light. They're brushing the worms off of my feet. Thank you. They're putting my head back together and sealing it. They're sealing it with this golden light. It feels so nice. I can feel it now. I think your guides want to tell you something, I said. They're showing me. They're showing me my village, my parents, the others. They were trying to find me. They're still looking for me. They do care about me. I was missed. I was loved.
When Maria opened her eyes at the end of the session, the class was astonished. This is a prime example of a hypnosis session that's intended to go one way and ends up going another way. I asked the simple question, when was the first time you had this fear? When Lee was dying, the last thing she saw, unfortunately, were those worms eating her feet, and the belief she had was that nobody cared about her, nobody was coming for her. Maria now, when she sees worms, has those feelings again of sadness, of fear, and ultimately of abandonment. When she was able to, in spirit form, really understand what happened, the fact that people did love her and they were trying to find her, she was able to let go of this false belief. As an interesting side note, when I was listening to the recording afterwards, I started to hear a man's voice in the background. It was low and it was kind of murmuring, but it was very distinct and it was in a different language. I sent the recording to Maria and she identified the voice as her deceased father and said that during the session he was assisting her spirit guides in healing her. My question for you is this: do you have a fear or a phobia and are not sure where it comes from? Maybe you've tried talk therapy or even medication and it isn't helping. Well, it could be from a past life. Just something to think about. Until next time, I'm Barb Angelo.